Fellow friends, fellow Toastmasters, when I was a little child, the most exciting day of the New Year holidays for me was the morning of the 1st of January. I woke up very early and I ran to the living room to take the present that was under the Christmas tree. I was totally sure that these presents were delivered by the magic man with the white beard and with the red clothes. Later, of course, I figured out that those presents was delivered to me by my parents, and magic man never visited my house. So, but the story about Santa Claus is so unreal and so fantastic. First of all, let's remember who is Santa Claus. We know that he lives in the North Pole. Secondly, we know that he is a very old man with the white and red clothes. Then we know that he has 8 flying reindeers, and he enters the house through the chimney. So any kid can tell you that Santa Claus lives in the North Pole. But actually, his historic journey is much longer and more fantastic than just his annual one-night circumnavigation of the globe. And back to the history. The man behind the story of Santa Claus was a bishop named Saint Nicholas, who lived in the 4th century in the place called Myra. It's Turkey. So much admired for his kindness, Saint Nicholas was a subject of many legends. It is said that he gave away all his inherited wealth and he traveled countryside in order to help the poor and sick. But the most famous story of Saint Nicholas is that he saved 3 sisters from being sold to slavery by their father. And he provided them with the dowry. You can see the definition here. It's a sum of money paid to the bridegroom by the parents of the bride. So he did it just in order these girls could get married. Over the course of many years, Saint Nicholas' popularity spread, and the feast day of the Saint in many countries people celebrate the day of Saint Nicholas, the 6th of December, just for you to know. And the question is, how did Saint Nicholas become Santa Claus? In the 16th century, in the northern European countries, after the Reformation, the traditions and the stories about Santa Claus became unpopular. But someone had to deliver presents to the children, and people in the UK, particularly in England, remembered the stories about Santa Claus, and they decided to about Saint Nicholas, and they decided to turn him into Santa Claus, just a magic, fantastic man who delivered presents to the children. So, actually, I think, as for me, Santa Claus could be an international name, but in many countries, people has created their own names. And just for example, in Brazil, Santa Claus is Papai Noel. In Chile, it's Viejo Pascuero. In China, it's Dunche Lao Ren. Finland, it's Joulupukki. I even saw him when I was a little child. In Hawaii, it's Kanaka Loka. And Russia, we all know, is Ded Moroz. And now I wanted to share with you some interesting facts that maybe you didn't know before. Here are some pictures and just how people in some countries imagine the Santa Claus in Brazil and Hawaii. And to the facts. First of all, did you know that Rudolph, the reindeer of the Santa Claus, might be a girl? Yes. from the biological point of view, only female reindeer keep their antlers throughout the winter. And by the Christmas time, male reindeers, they discarded their antlers at this one, discarded them, and saving the energy just to grow them up again in the spring. So it's a surprise, Rudolph is a girl. The second fact that in almost all the countries, children receive their presents on the Christmas Eve night. But in some countries, the parents delivered presents to children not only in the Christmas Eve night, but on the St. Nicholas Eve night. It's the December 5th. So happy children, they have presents twice a month. The third fact is that in Dutch Santa Claus is much thinner than in USA or UK or even in Russia. So, dear Toastmasters, dear guests, it's quite funny that we, being adults, don't know, many of us don't know about the Santa Claus, about its origins, but Santa Claus is a very important and fantastic magic hero of all the times of the history of nowadays. So I wish you all, just don't forget to tell your children, your little brothers, sisters, your maybe nephews, this story about this magic man, and maybe they will, if they know this history, its story, they would believe in him a little bit longer than we did. So I wish you all good luck and Happy New Year.
Okay, thank you a lot, Vera.
Thank you.
And before you leave the stage, of course you have to take a present from our wonderful magic bag. Ta-da-da-dam! And your present is...
Oh, sweets.
Great. Girls like sweets,
Thank
no?
you.